What's going on, everybody? It's Stock Picks by Tim, and I'm going to get into Astra real quick. Keep an eye on their launch coming up here Saturday, February 5. We might see a rally beforehand. And we're also going to look over the chart. I'm going to touch on Cleanspark and then go over Bitcoin really quickly, and let's get into it. So you'll notice here that our trend line is continuing, so let's go ahead and bring that up there. However, after hours we did come down a little bit. We may have just broke it after hours. We'll see what the pre-market does. Seems to be still kind of going on an uptrend, and I do expect throughout the week, by Friday, I do expect it to be higher than we are now. We might find a red day in between, we might have a Thursday might be red, something like that, but I do expect by Friday that we will be at a slightly higher price because that catalyst coming on Saturday should cause a little bit of hype. We aren't currently in the type of market that's just going to make it run ridiculously, but I do expect a little bit of a run up at least. Now, as for Cleanspark, we've got a recent post here about Michael Saylor and Jack Dorsey. They're going to be doing an interview here. I'm gonna tune into it and watch it. I suggest you do too. I'll leave you a link below so you can just click right on it and check it out. But they're basically going over Bitcoin for corporations, featuring Michael Saylor, Jack Dorsey. Now, Cleanspark has definitely had a rough day, and after hours was no different. We lost 7% during the day, and another almost 7% after hours, down to 625. And one thing here is State Street did increase their stake by 25%. Now they have nearly 1 million shares. And this State Street company does have $5.1 trillion in assets under custody. So it's a big boy. They definitely have a lot of weight to move around. So it is a good thing to see that they are adding to Cleanspark. I believe they see value in it just like I do. And at this price, it just doesn't make sense. We're talking about under a $300 million market cap. And they've got that much and more in their Bitcoin operation easily. They are getting closer to profitability, but just be aware they're not quite profitable yet. So that is one risk with this one. But we will see. Earnings is coming up very soon in just a couple of days. And we will see if they finally have a positive EPS. Fingers crossed. And looking over the chart on Cleanspark, we did after hours run down right here to about 625 here. So it does seem like we've got somewhat of a head and shoulders pattern, I guess you could call it. If it continues, we may come down towards about $5.85, $6 or so, just to finish this pattern out. I would think kind of like a double top, but you could kind of say that's a shoulder. This is like the formation of a head, and then here's another shoulder, and it did come down to here. So we'll see what it does. RSI is somewhat neutral. It could definitely drop a little bit more before being oversold. And for me, this is just a continued buy and hold. And I actually did buy a couple of Cleanspark today. I didn't buy Astra. I think my position is pretty built out. Now, if Astra does drop a little bit more, I will consider adding more, of course. But I've been focusing on just adding a little bit more to Cleanspark. While it's down in this range, I really don't expect it to stay down here for much longer, unless Bitcoin has extreme issues, or unless earnings doesn't go as planned. I think earnings will be all right. I think revenue is going to consistently beat. I believe they're going to get at least 30 million in revenue, which would be more quarter over quarter continued revenue growth, and that's a good thing to see. However, it's very possible that they are still a negative EPS, but we will just see and find out. And last thing before I go here, I just wanted to show you Bitcoin really quick. And we did break 39, but we weren't able to hold it as support, and we did just break down. Now we're testing the 36, 35 to 37 range. It definitely kind of sucks that we weren't able to hold over. Once we broke that 38.5, we tried farther and just could not quite hold it. I'm definitely long-term with Bitcoin. The day-to-day fluctuations doesn't bother me, but it is still entertaining to look into sometimes and kind of see what's going on and just give a prediction from time to time. Looking at it now, all the EMAs are over the candle, so this is a bit bearish, and we may come down a little bit more before we kind of level out and come back up. That's just according to technicals. Of course, things could change. We've still got the MACD with green candles, and we've got the RSI slightly pointing up, somewhat neutral, however, and bearish on the candles. So we'll see where Bitcoin goes. I think it can come down just a little bit more, maybe test 35 before just starting to get bought up again and pushing itself higher. I am very certain that we will break that 39. It's just a matter of time, and patience is key. But that's all I got for you guys. Just a quick update. The market has been quite fierce. We've got Facebook down on earnings, future outlook not looking good. We've got PayPal also just struggling, and then we've got Google with the stock split. So there's definitely a lot going on, and there's definitely money to be made out there. Thanks so much for watching. If you got any recommendations, leave it in a comment below. And until next time, take it easy.